Yeah, definitely. It's funny, Josh has a few younger kids, and so a lot of their communications through Snapchat. So I know he got one last year, and so we've been kind of talking on Snapchat a little bit. So me and Josh, we have a good relationship. So yeah, we've been talking really almost every other day.
When you with him not on the team, what kind of things do you talk about? What do you know? Yeah, obviously it's a new system. You're
Yeah,
doing all that kind of stuff. What are the things you know
yeah.
you
So
go?
so me and Josh, for the most part, um, we talk about football still. I mean, he's such a good football mind. Obviously, he's been around the game for a long time. So any question that pops into my head, I'm always asking him. And then, he misses it, every single day. And so he's always asking me questions. How are the guys? What's the system like? What are you guys running? All that stuff. So Josh is just such a good dude. And so yeah, I've been in contact with him, and we just kind of just talk about that kind of stuff. But we're also talking about family and other things.
How do you think he's going to do as a TV guy now?
Oh, Josh will be great. I got all the confidence in the world in him. So we'll see. But I have no doubts that he's going to be fantastic up there.
If you have a bad game, would you mind if he's critical of you on TV?
Not at all. I mean, he'll probably be a lot nicer, even if he's critical on TV, than he would be in the film room. So, Josh, whatever he says won't hurt me at all.
So he was a pretty harsh critic in the film room.
You gotta be. You gotta be. I mean, when I was a rookie last year, and he's obviously an older vet. He was very critical of me, and but he was very good about making sure I was staying positive. But when he needed to correct me and be critical of me, he was.
Sam, what areas? How different do you feel this year from last year, just in terms of confidence, command, and all that stuff? Like, I know it's a new system, so that throws a wrench in it a little bit. But are there tangible things that you can just feel like you're so much better at?
Yeah, yeah. I think confidence is a huge asset to have as a quarterback. And I think going into year two now, knowing most of the guys, I keep saying it, but knowing most of the guys and understanding their personalities, what clicks for most of them, how to talk to some guys, it helps.
You've got a lot of new guys on offense too. How do you build that? Like Todd, Led, and those guys.
Yeah, I think just with those guys, kind of they're so, so unique. I mean, for running backs, they have such good route running ability. They can line up out wide, run routes. In the backfield, you don't know if they're going to run a route or get a handoff. So it makes it hard on the defense, and it's really good for us as an offense to have those weapons. So we're going to keep using them, and for me, I'm going to keep getting used to how they run routes and on zone read and different things. Outside zone, all the stuff, all the different footwork that you can run out of the backfield. I'm going to be very cautious of, or not cautious, but conscientious of, can barely talk, of kind of how they run and their paths on different, zone read stuff.
Sam, when you said it's a difference knowing most of the guys and how to talk to some guys, what do you mean about how to talk to some guys?
Well, it's just some guys, they click to different things. I mean, you gotta, I'm not going to give hard examples, but, some guys might be more quiet. You might have to talk to them one-on-one. Some guys might like to get, not necessarily ripped, but, some guys might like to get talked to in front of the whole group, and that kind of fires them up a little bit, and they go out there and want to prove it in front of their teammates. So it's just about knowing your teammates and understanding, how you got to talk to them.
That seems like a fairly significant step to take as a quarterback. Do you feel like it is?
Definitely. I definitely think you got to be able to understand, what makes guys click, what sets a fire underneath the guy, because if you can figure that out, especially as a quarterback, I feel like you can get everyone playing and on the same page, and everyone running routes, blocking, running at a very high level and at 100% every single play.
Sam, with the throws to the running backs, we've seen a lot of it in these first couple of days. How much of it is the ball's designed to go to them, and how much of it is that's the progression gets to them?
Yeah, I think it's more progression goes to them, but there's definitely some plays where they're the number one guy on our progressions, but I guess it just kind of depends on the play.
How important is it for you to be a more assertive leader this year, or is that overstated by people on the outside and really performances?
Yeah, I think, whether I want to call myself a leader or not, I think it's just me being the guy that I am every single day. I think as a quarterback, yeah, you gotta be able to lead, I guess. I mean, there's not a better way to put it, I don't think. You just got to be able to tell the guys what to do on every single play, and if one guy messes up, or you might want the route to look a different way, or maybe someone messes up pass protection, or even if I mess up a pass protection or mess up a throw, I got to communicate. How can we get it better? Because on Sundays there's no room for error. So we just got to be clicking on all things, and in practice it's the time to fix it. And for me, I got to be very outspoken about what's right and what's wrong.
Sam, when you finished the season so well last year, when it was over, obviously it's decompression time or what I'm assuming, but how much anticipation do you have after that finish? How much do you want to get back at it again with anticipation of what you can do in year 2? And just kind of as a follow, what is the next step for you?
Yeah, first of all, I'm ready to roll. I'm obviously there's a lot of practices left in training camp and leading up to the preseason, and obviously leading up to week 1 against Buffalo. But I'm ready to roll, man. I'm excited. I think this team's poised to do great things this year, but it really starts 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. So that's our mindset right now. And for me, there's I have higher expectations than anyone for myself. So it's just about going out there and executing, finding completions, and doing my thing every single play.
First day with pads, obviously, you're not getting hit, but how does going from shorts to kind of strapping on the pads change things for you as far as the practice goes?
It's harder. It's a lot harder. Your legs feel a little bit heavier, but it's just getting used to that. And I think as we continue to have pads on, I'll be ready to go by the time preseason 1 comes around, maybe even before that.
Adam talked about how this early in camp he's never had a defense throw so many things at him.
Yeah.
What has that done for you? What is it going to do for you guys this year?
Yeah, Greg's been throwing the kitchen sink at us, but it's definitely helping us. Just in terms of if a guy comes free, what do we do? That kind of thing. So it definitely makes our receivers lock in a little bit. They're thinking a lot out there, which I think will make the games a lot easier. So, I think it's good from that standpoint.
Have you talked to Adam yet about kind of mapping out what your preseason games are going to look like? Because obviously, last year it was a battle with 2 other guys for the job, sharing the reps. Do you kind of have a feel for what you're going to be doing in the preseason games yet?
Mm-mm.
Or is that still to come?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about that.
What do you think about the tempo you guys played with today? And it seemed like you spread the ball around quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought tempo was good. Got completions, a lot of guys touching the football, like you said, which was great. I think towards the end, like I said, with pads, our legs are getting a little heavier towards the end of practice. So we just got to push through it. When our legs get heavy and practice kind of gets towards the end there, we just got to keep pushing through because that'll only make us better.
What have your early thoughts been on
Take 2
Montgomery and Crowder?
Say again?
What have your early thoughts been on Montgomery and Crowder?
Yeah, Ty and Jameson, they've been great. Ty is, like I said, he's just such a dual threat. Coming out of the backfield, running the ball, and then, being able to catch it out of the backfield. He's a great threat. He's bringing a ton of energy at practice, running in the end zone almost every single time he gets the ball. And then Jameson's just a pro. He's a vet. He knows leverage. He understands, I like to call him a basketball player out there. He's just really shifty, understands leverage. So he's really good for us there in the middle. Then when he lines up outside and he gets a good matchup, it's hard to guard him.
Sam, it seems like the last day or so you guys have stretched the field a little bit more maybe than even you guys did last year, and to different players as well. It's not the same guy just going deep. Do you feel that this offense is going to allow you to do that a little bit more than maybe last season, is attack a defense on the field?
Definitely. I think what we want to do is our offense. Our number one thing is attack. Don't let the defense get settled in. Make them feel uncomfortable every single play. That's our goal. That's what we're going to do, whether that's with tempo or whether that's pushing the ball down the field. So it's just keeping the defense on their toes, making sure that they have no idea what's coming, going about it that way. And I think if we continue to do that, we're getting great feedback from our defense too, in terms of what we're doing is good. It's they're having a hard time with it, but at the same time, our defense is doing a great job stopping us sometimes too. So it's a really good competition out there. But whenever you get feedback from players of that caliber who are on our defense right now, it's a really good sign for us.
There's been a lot made of kind of the battle between the offense and defense, but you just talked about the feedback there. Does the chess match not mean as much if you're not getting that feedback? Is that really kind of the most important part about it, is like actually finding out the tidbits afterward?
I think it makes it more fun. It makes it more competitive. When guys are kind of talking about it after, like, hey, you got us on that one, but, you know, remember when you threw that pick? So, you know, when they bring that up, it kind of lights a fire under me, too, to kind of get back at them the next time. So it's just fun, man. Coming out here every single day and practicing. I mean, we get to play football, you know, for a living. It doesn't really get much better than that. And, you know, as long as our guys understand that, you know, we can come out here with the same energy every single day. I think we'll have a great year.
Thank you,
All
everyone.
right.
Thanks, Sam.
Sam.
Thanks, Sam.